Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're strapping on our tool belts and going on a real investigative journey into the hidden infrastructure of your new home. Buying a new house is super thrilling, right? But beneath those freshly painted walls and polished hardwood floors, well, there's a really complex network that can either run smoothly or turn into a totally massive, expensive headache. We're talking, of course, about your plumbing and drainage systems. Our goal today is to turn you into a fully equipped drain detective, giving you the know-how to spot those hidden hazards way before they turn into costly emergencies. Okay, let's dive right into our detective's playbook. We're going to start by uncovering the move-in blind spot, spotting early warning signs, and inspecting the main line. After that, we'll decode vents and odors, hit you with a solid interrogation checklist for your plumber, and wrap the whole thing up with some crucial preventive habits. Section 1, the move-in blind spot. Let's look beyond the surface. So I want you to honestly ask yourself, what is actually missing from your new home checklist? Most buyers are, laser focused on paint colors, getting all the locks changed, making sure those shiny new appliances work. But what about the stuff buried beneath the foundation? When you only focus on what you can immediately see, you're leaving a pretty massive gap in your move-in plan. And this brilliantly illustrates that massive divide between cosmetic readiness and structural reality. On one side, sure, you have your standard surface-level checklist, but on the other, the unseen. We're talking buried drain lines, hidden sediment buildup, and those invasive tree roots just constantly looking for a drink. Experts warn us that one of the absolute most common plumbing issues actually starts way sooner than homeowners expect. Slow drains, recurring clogs, mysterious odors, they often trace right back to these neglected hidden lines. Because honestly, if you wait until you're fully relying on every single bathroom and the kitchen sink to find out if there's a blockage, well, you're already too late. Moving on to Section 2, spotting early warning signs. It's time for the DIY drain stress test. Before you even think about calling in a pro for a full cleaning, you've got to conduct your own stress test. A single quick pour of water down a sink? Yeah, that's simply not enough to expose partial blockages or complex drainage pattern problems. You need to really push it by running multiple fixtures simultaneously. Turn on the shower, run the bathroom sink, maybe even flush the toilet all at once. Step 2, you're going to listen very closely for gurgling sounds, because those often mean trapped air or a real struggle for water to pass through. And Step 3, keep a close eye out for water backing up or emptying slowly in tubs, showers, and floor drains. Even the tiniest delays can point to an impending issue. Now, during this walkthrough, you want to play a little game of hide and seek to locate your cleanouts. Cleanouts are these capped access points on your drain lines, typically found down in the basement or a crawl space. So why are these absolutely crucial? Because these access points dictate exactly how much of your plumbing system can be inspected or serviced without having to tear apart your walls or floors in a crazy expensive demolition. So if you can't find them, definitely make sure to ask the seller or check out any available plumbing documentation. All right, Section 3, inspecting the main line. We're diving into the heart of your system. The main drain line is literally the heart of your home's waste removal system. It carries all the wastewater away from the house. But here's the kicker. Waste doesn't just flow smoothly forever. It naturally accumulates right at bends and transitions in the pipes. This is especially true in older properties where scale and sediment just build up over decades, or even in homes that have recently had additions, like a converted basement or a newly renovated kitchen. The actual structural layout of the house directly dictates where that debris is going to settle over time. Now, what's really interesting about this is how modern technology completely removes the guesswork. A professional camera inspection is arguably the single most useful step a buyer can take. Instead of blindly pouring some harsh chemicals down a drain, a camera goes right down into the pipe interior. It reveals whether you're just dealing with normal wear and tear, or if you've got aggressive tree root intrusion, hidden cracks in the line, or major blockages from built-up sediment. Basically, a camera lets you see the unseen, ensuring that any cleaning strategy you do is guided by exactly what's actually down there in the pipe. Let's hit Section 4, uncovering vents and odors, dealing with the invisible symptoms. So it might actually surprise you to learn that many common drainage problems aren't clogs at all. Often, it's an inability for the plumbing system to, breathe. And that is exactly where plumbing vents come into play. They help equalize the air pressure within the entire plumbing system. Think of it like putting your finger over the top of a straw. The liquid just won't flow out until you let the air in. When these vents are inadequate or blocked up, the wastewater just can't flow smoothly, and that leads to persistent slow drains, repeated gurgling, and smells that inexplicably come and go. Now, if you are noticing odors, you really need to start documenting exactly when they happen.
If you've got a constant smell near an unused floor drain in the basement or garage, the culprit is most likely a dry seasonal trap. If you get gurgling or odors specifically during laundry time, you're probably looking at venting restrictions. And if the odor only pops up after multiple fixtures are run simultaneously, that points toward a mainline or a broader trap performance issue. Timing is literally everything here. By tracking these patterns, you give a professional the exact clues they need to pinpoint the root cause.
And while you're tracking those odors, keep your detective eyes peeled for physical signs of recent plumbing work. Look for brand new cleanout caps slapped on older pipes. Keep an eye out for fresh concrete patching around cleanout access points in the floor. Maybe check under the sinks for non-matching pipe materials, or look for non-matching wall penetrations. If you spot these signs, it means work was recently done. And hey, it is well within your rights to ask the seller exactly what was addressed. Specifically, ask if their repairs included camera inspections, line cleaning, or root mitigation. Which brings us to Section 5, Questions for your plumber. Welcome to the interrogation phase. I actually highly recommend taking a quick screenshot of this professional interrogation checklist right here. When you go to hire a plumber, reduce your uncertainty by asking them, will you inspect with the camera first or clean first? Do you provide before and after video or photo documentation so I can actually see the results? What specific cleaning methods are you using, like, say, hydrojetting? How do you handle potential root intrusions, cracks, or those tricky venting concerns if you stumble upon them? And finally, is there a warranty if the issue comes back? A totally transparent, reliable plumber should be able to answer all of these effortlessly and directly connect their proposed service to the exact symptoms you've been seeing.
So, the crucial point here is understanding the fundamental difference between blind cleaning and guided cleaning. Blind cleaning might temporarily clear out a blockage and, sure, treat the immediate symptom, but it completely ignores the underlying reality of hidden pipe cracks or tree root invasions. Guided cleaning, on the other hand, utilizes a camera inspection first to target the actual cause of the buildup. Prioritizing inspection before treatment is for sure the absolute best way to ensure you aren't just paying for temporary fixes.
Finally, Section 6, Preventative Habits After Move-In, your daily drain defense.
Long-term peace of mind really just comes down to your daily drain defense. First up, absolutely never pour grease down the disposal. It'll solidify and create a massive, disgusting blockage that literally no one wants to deal with. Second, be super careful with food scraps. Even with a disposal, your pipes are not a trash can. Third, use strainers in all your sinks to catch hair and debris before they ever enter the system. And finally, actively manage lint residue in your laundry areas, because lint accumulation is a total silent killer of drainage efficiency. Taking a proactive approach here is infinitely cheaper than repeated emergency callouts. Trust me. I really want to leave you with this powerful thought directly from our source material. Drain cleaning before moving in isn't about overdoing plumbing maintenance. It's about knowing what you own. That right there is the core philosophy of this entire explainer. By taking the time to inspect, investigate, and ask all the right questions, you aren't being overly cautious. You're empowering yourself as a homeowner and starting your whole new chapter with absolute confidence. So I leave you with one final question to chew on. Are you ready to look beneath the surface of your new home? Armed with this Drain Detective's Guide, you've got everything you need to uncover hidden hazards, ask your plumbers the tough questions, and protect your investment from day one. Keep your eyes open, listen to your house, and please never settle for a purely cosmetic move-in checklist again. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy sleuthing.